Israel and Palestine have a history to share with India. Right from Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru to Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, we have always sided with the Palestine side. But for the first time, an Indian Prime Minister is making a visit to Israel and skipping Palestine. This change in stance by Prime Minister Modi, is it a folly or is it a masterstroke? Let's see, guys.
Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate.
Prime Minister Modi would be visiting Israel. He will be the first Indian head of the state to do so, signaling a significant shift in our foreign policy. While the left may cry foul, one cannot escape the fact that India overwhelmingly backed the Palestinian cause for almost 5 decades. After the partition in 1947, India under Jawaharlal Nehru desperately tried to appease the Muslim world by never engaging formally with Israel. This was meant to act as a counter to Pakistan's proximity to the Middle East, owing to the Muslim background. In doing so, India became the first non-Arab country and non-Muslim country to support the Palestinian cause. Not stopping with that, India till today has invested close to a good $100 to $150 million in the upliftment of the Palestinian state. On the other hand, India never formally recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital and always voted against Israel in most of the UN resolutions. However, in 2014, India for the first time abstained from voting against Israel on the war crimes committed during 2014 Israel-Hamas conflict. It was a departure from our usual pro-Palestine stance. But why not? Back in 1999 during the Kargil war, when Indian army was struggling to retaliate an enemy which occupied a higher altitude, it was Israel that came to the defense of India. Despite pressure from United States and the international community, it was Israel that supported India with drones, recon vehicles, and also laser-guided missiles, which eventually helped the Indian Air Force in turning around the war. This acted as a foundation between the intelligence agencies of the two countries, which is RAW and Mossad. Ariel Sharon was the first Prime Minister of Israel to visit India during the tenure of Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 2003. And today, Prime Minister Modi will be the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Israel. So what does this visit have for India? The Bark-8 surface-to-air missile. It is one of the kind of anti-ballistic missiles developed by both India and Israel. The Israeli anti-ballistic missile technology is one of the finest in the world because they have been in a war for almost decades, winning each of them. Today, we are faced with a neighbor like China, which is militarily superior to India in almost all the aspects. However, India does have an exceptional navy, with an armada comprising of 3 aircraft carriers. These aircraft carriers are critical because they can act as a mobile war base which keeps the enemy in check and also weakens their attack strategy. Hence, it is important that India protects these critical assets and also its terrain from missile attacks, which is where the Bark-8 comes into the picture. This is precisely why India is not batting an eyelid while standing up to China. This visit is built around partnership and purpose. And to all of those within India who are opposing this kind of visit from our Prime Minister, let's ignore that. This is your man, India.